you know the sun and the moon? Well, listen up. Here's some facts. Did you know the sun's a star and the moon, well, technically it's still a moon, but did you know the sun's heat is 5,778 degrees? I did. And with the moon in the day, it's 100 degrees Celsius. At night, however, it's as cold as minus 173 degrees Celsius. The first man to be on the moon took up the Apollo 11. The male's name was Neil Armstrong. Although, if you went on the sun, you would be, how do I put this? Very deep. And one of my favourite things, the solar eclipse. It's when the sun and the moon combine. This can only happen at a new moon though. The moon goes in front of the sun and everything goes dark. It's still warm though. How's that work? Is it a heater? I hope so. And here's a basic fact for you all. The moon controls the tides. And the sun can't. And I've heard that some people believe that the moon controls our emotions too. Ooh! And I guess the sun controls the heat. That would make sense. In space, nothing's normal. But at the end of the day, I guess that's what makes it normal. Now, before I end the speech, let's go over what I hope you've learned. So the moon's this moon, and if you went on the sun, you would die. And remember, the solar eclipse is coming.
Hidden from human civilization, these robots could be living amongst us in the future. Hello, my name is Caden, and today I'll present to you a robot that could clean up oil spills, destroy pollution, and maybe even cure cancer one day. It's called a nanorobot. Well, what's a nanorobot, you may ponder? Nanorobots are fascinating and incredibly small gadgets made from molecules that are smaller than a human cell. So let's put that into perspective. A human cell is smaller than a grain of sand, and a grain of sand can be smaller than 0.004 millimeters. So having a man-made object that makes human cells look big by comparison is incredible and a substantial achievement in science history. Nanorobots are so small that scientists have to use specialized microscopes in order to see them. Microscopes such as the electron microscope, which can obtain magnifications of up to 1 million times. So let's address the environmental issues. The way we could use nanotechnology for potentially cleaning up pollution and waste is by designing millions of nanorobots to devour harmful pollution particles. It may be a slow process, but could be very effective. Although not nanotechnology, there are already robots that have been designed to clean up plastics from our oceans. There is also great potential for the use of nanotechnology within our health sectors. Scientists are researching how to use these robots to treat and cure cancer. Currently, nanotechnology is being used in the medical field to screen patient samples for early detection for cancerous cells. So this sounds all really great and exciting, but what could go wrong? They're abused by some individuals. If we let these tiny robots free into the world, certain nanoparticles, if breathed in, may cause damage to lung tissue and cause chronic breathing problems. The possible danger is of nanotechnology not doing what it was originally created for, and as a result, go rogue. For example, say a glitch occurred in the control center of the nanorobots. So instead of killing cancer cells or cleaning up an oil spill, they could start devouring carbon. What would that mean for us? Carbon compounds are the basic building blocks required to form proteins, carbohydrates, and fats. So if nanorobots were to start gobbling up all the carbon, your body would be slowly consumed. A very painful way to die and virtually impossible to stop. So in closing, although nanotechnology is very exciting and has much potential, we need to be careful how we use how we use them, or they could prove to be a threat to us in the future. Thank you for listening.
The lynx. If you like Bigfoot and cats, then you may want to listen to this. The lynx. The lynx is an endangered species that lives in the forest of northern Canada. They're a type of cat that are the size of a dog. They're a fluffy gray and have a droopy mustache that's white with a black strip. And huge paws to tramp across the snow, like snowshoes, and points on the ears to hear long ways away. The way you can tell a lynx from a bobcat is the bobcat has spots, and the lynx mostly doesn't. And the bobcat has smaller feet than the lynx. The lynx live alone, not in packs, and need a lot of land to live off of. The lynx eat an animal called the snowshoe hare. They're huge, just like the lynx. The snowshoe hare is getting less and less because we are cutting down the forest where these animals live. The lynx will soon be extinct because people are taking away their food and habitat, so we need to stop cutting down the forests of pine trees. It's very rare to see a lynx, but my dad has seen one. One time my dad was deer hunting and was alone in the forest sitting quietly. When he was looking at a smallish trail, when he saw a small animal coming. It was too small to be a deer, so he took his binoculars out instead of his gun and looked at this animal. It was a lynx. My dad stood still as stone as it came closer and closer. It was sniffing around for food, probably a deer like my dad was hunting for. It came right up to my dad and stared at him, looked up and down and around. It was about 2 meters away. Then just kept walking, like it saw nothing and wasn't afraid. That is the reason why my dad's favorite animal is the lynx, and why I'm doing this speech. Also because they are such magnificent creatures and they need saving. The way we can help this is by telling a story like this to other people, so they can tell it to other people, which will get around the world, hopefully. And so we can save these animals, so we can all see them.
Well, I am just a little kid at school, and I get taught by very times a million years old teachers. Once upon a time, in the dinosaur days, these teachers were kids too. So let's talk about the teachers when they were at primary school. What I think they were like, and they were all in the same class. Let's start with Mrs. Walsh. She would be the goody kid, the one who would always be sitting up. Oh, and you know, the weekday monitor of the century, the one who would be saying, "Sit down, Mr. Weddle, Mr. Cox, stop. You know Mr. Hearn doesn't like it when you hide the science experiments, and the science experiments would flood the whole entire classroom." Boom! Yes, Mr. Cox, the trickster of class, hiding things, stealing things, but always giving them back, of course, winding people up, and even sometimes setting things on fire. Just kidding. But whatever it might be, he will try and annoy the owner. But the owner would never be Mrs. Hart. I wonder why that might be. Since we're talking about Mrs. Hart, let's just describe her. She was a good and popular girl, but whenever Mr. Cox did any of his annoying jokes or tricks, she would giggle and whisper about him for the rest of the day. Pretty annoying, huh? If there was a dance, Mrs. Hart would probably ask Mr. Cox to go with her. Sorry, but I think this will be true. Oh, that Mrs. Naughty? She was very naughty. Joanne, the naughty girl, going around and breaking all the branches off the trees in the school. Then blames it on Mrs. Walsh. But I love trees. I didn't do anything. Think space at lunchtime. See you there. The fake teachers would have the fun of sending people to think space. Kylie, Mrs. Hart's BFF. Well, I'm not sure if they would call it BFF since it was in the dinosaur days. Maybe just good friend. Anyway, Mrs. Kylie had her head in any book all the time. Literally. Mrs. Cheeseman, like the loud girl. Like me, but 10,000 times louder. Talking, non-stop. Well, that is all I have time for today, guys. But we will be talking about the dinosaur days soon again. won't be teachers. Oh, and I forgot another thing to say. Poor old Mrs. Bowater has been trying to teach them class maths, but no one's really paying any attention because they have too much energy and they're running around. Oh, and who's that sitting nice and cosily by the fire? Old Mrs. Nice and Worsley.
Hi, my name is Ben, and my speech is going to be about. Wait, who needs these cards in your way? Hi, my name is Ben, and my speech is going to be about crazy and weird sports. In this speech, I'm going to tell you some of the craziest and weirdest sports ever. Are you guys bored of normal soccer? How about fireball soccer when the ball's on fire and you play in bare feet? That's right, bare feet. The coconut ball is soaked in kerosene for a week and then lit on fire. All the players are covered in salts and non-flammable spices. And the match begins. That's crazy. Kids sports. Paper, scissors, rock. Paper, scissors, rock is a tournament. It is in New Zealand, so you can play it. The winner gets $7,000. Second place gets $3,500. Third place gets $500. So much money! New Beach Olympics. Yes, New Beach Olympics. In New Beach Olympics, there are sprints, 100 meter, 500 meter, 1000 meter, sumo wrestling, javelin throwing, long jump, volleyball, touch football. This is a free event anyone can watch or play, and all done the nude. So all feel free to join in. Cockroach racing. Cockroach racing is a much bigger sport than I imagined. It's an Australian sport. It's every year on the 26th of January. It has 14 different types of races. The girls gather up those cockroaches and race away. So to sum up my speech, what crazy and weird sports would you choose? Like cockroach racing, fireball soccer, paper, scissors, rock? But not the New Beach Olympics. Not just no.
Why my family is just like yours, even though it's a little different. Let's start with my mum. Well, she's my mum. She will do anything to embarrass me. Any shop she passes, she'll welcome it in loving arms. And the only way I can describe her food is flavoursome. My dad. You know how some dads have a great sense of humour? Well, my dad, he's the opposite. He thinks things are funny when they really aren't. My brother, he spends most of his time trying to annoy me. He will always think he's right and I'm wrong. But actually, it's the other way around. No matter how much we annoy each other, we will always love each other. It sounds like my family is just like yours. However, you might be surprised to know it's a little different. You think it's hard to find a Mother's Day present? Trust me, I have 3 mums. It's a lot harder. I spend most of the time with my mum and her partner Ruth. And then every second weekend, I go and stay with my dad and my stepmom. I also have a stepbrother and a half-sister. My stepbrother, he's really annoying. My half-sister, she's nothing like him. My family may be different, and sometimes it's hard to be someone from a different family. In fact, some people are even mean about it. But I've learned that sometimes being different is better than being normal.
fingernails, yellow skin, hospital. Do you want that to happen to you? Firstly, one cigarette has over 4,000 chemicals in it, so if you just have one little tiny cigarette, you'll inhale over 4,000 chemicals. If someone said to you, hey, have this drink of 4,000 chemicals and drink it, would you do it? Only because a cigarette does not have a label that says warning, 4,000 chemicals in one cigarette. You should not smoke, it is really bad for you. Imagine all the organs that try and push all the chemicals out of your body. Every day, 1,300 people die by smoking and 480,000 people die every year. Inhale these facts. Smoking has acetone, found in nail polish remover, acetic acid, an ingredient in hair dye, ammonia, a common household cleaner, benzene, used in lighter fluid, rubber cement, butane, used in lighter fluid, and my opinion is that smoking should be banned. It's like someone murdering you slowly. One cigarette takes 11 minutes off your life, and cigarettes cost a lot of money. They cost like $24 a packet. Imagine all the money you would save if you quit smoking. Smoking is really addictive and it's really hard to quit, but you can quit. Get help. Call Quit Line. Save some money. Get some help. And if you don't smoke and don't start, it will decrease your life and kill you.
Hi, I'm Mel. Luckily, I am not a victim of what I'm going to be talking about. I think we all know what this speech is about now. And for those who don't, it's bullying. I am doing my speech on bullying. And why I'm doing my speech on bullying is because I feel outraged about this subject. I feel it is not right and should stop. Some people may think physical bullying is worse than cyber or emotional bullying. But from my perspective, that is not true. Emotional bullying is not okay. It can mess with people's lives and minds. It can not just affect people in primary school, it can affect you whether you're in intermediate or in high school, and it can even affect you when you're an adult. Kids who are being bullied are 3 times more likely to show depressive signs, says the Centre for Adolescent Health, which is not right. Some people are scared, afraid, and even petrified to tell an adult or anyone that they are being bullied. But could you imagine at lunch someone being teased about what colour they chose to wear to school? People should be individuals, and when people are being bullied, they lose the confidence to wear something or to do something because they are scared someone will tease them. Could you imagine your friends or family being the ones I'm talking about? Another type of bullying that is an issue is cyberbullying. For those who don't know what cyberbullying is, it is when someone is saying nasty things to another person online. It can happen when you are playing a game online, and you can chat or make friends with others on the same game. When you are playing a game online, it is important that you know the people you're talking with. And if they do start to say stuff you're not sure about, tell an adult. Cyberbullying can be threats, blackmailing, and more. Now, this is not something that happens every day, but still I think, and always will think, it is not right. So stop this. Stop people being scared and afraid, because it probably is not the best feeling. There is one more type of bullying people need to address, which is physical bullying. Physical bullying is people using violence and more. If you have a problem, solve it by using words. Physical bullying is not okay anytime. It is mean and nasty. Don't you agree? All these types of bullying are terrible. They are mean and cruel. So don't stand by and watch this happen. People should not have to suffer in this way. So I will say this once, and once only. Do something. Choose to have a voice. I want to make this world healthy. For a start, it's to make people's lives more healthy. Did you know that 34% of the children in the world eat fast food every day, and 50 million customers come to fast food stores each day? That is why it is so important to live a healthy life right through to the old age. It not only will be a much healthier life, it will probably be a much happier life too, because people that are healthy are generally much happier. When you are happy, you are much nicer to be with. Today I'm going to be talking about the importance of being physically healthy, how you can have a healthy diet, and the importance of having a healthy diet. I really hope you enjoy my speech. After my speech, I hope you'll be much more healthy and stay healthy for the rest of your amazing lives. It is important to be healthy in your mind and body and mentally and physically. It also is important to do regular exercise. This helps to lower blood pressure, high fat levels in your diet, weak bones, or even cancer, caused mostly by holding excess weight and poor diet. People of all ages, shapes, and sizes can extend their life and have a more enjoyable life through exercise. Exercise may be swimming, walking, running, cycling, dancing, team sports, or individual sports like golf and tennis. To eat a healthy diet, you would eat mostly fruit and vegetables, a variety of colors. You would eat some whole grain foods, legumes, fish, seafood, eggs, poultry, meat, milk, yogurt, cheese, oils, nuts, seeds, etc. You would cut back on a lot of junk food, takeaways, or food and drinks high in sugar, salt, or saturated and trans fats. The importance of a healthy diet cannot be overstated for a healthy lifestyle. People get the vitamins, minerals, and nutrients they need to function and thrive from the foods they eat. So choosing foods that offer the most of those components help improve the quality of the fresh fruits and vegetables, whole grain foods, and lean proteins, and some low-fat or non-fat dairy products. It's just as high in fat, sugar, and cholesterol as it is to choose the right healthy foods. In short of my speech, it is important to be physically healthy and you have to do regular exercise. To eat a healthy diet, you would eat mostly fruit and vegetables and some whole grain foods and lean proteins. It is important that you have a healthy diet because you get the vitamins, minerals, and nutrients you need. I hope you'll be much more healthier and stay healthier for the rest of your amazing lives. Never ever give up to be healthy, keep kind. I hope this has made a dent in the world's unhappiness. Thank you for listening.
Hurt you. And that is why I'm going to ask you a question. Who is afraid of ladders? Who is afraid of sharks? Why? Well, this fact will change your mind because in the USA, more get injured by ladders than sharks. Sharks have been around before dinosaurs. Isn't that amazing? The shark's brain is 2/3 smell, and the shark's eyes are the same as cats. Because they both have no eyes, it helps them in the bright and the dark. To finish this, I'll tell you 2 to 3 more facts. Great white sharks are the most dangerous, but they are still kind. The whale shark is the least. In fact, he doesn't eat anything bigger than 2 inches. The name of these animals are shrimp, plankton, and I can't fully remember the rest. What I do know is that bull sharks are evolving because they can now go in fresh water. Sharks are endangered. You need to start looking after them. Thank you for letting me talk to you about sharks and a bit of ladders.
Have you ever seen a tiger at the zoo or travelled around the world to see one in the wild? Because if you have, you should be happy to have seen such a beautiful animal. According to poachers, this is not the case. Most poachers would think a few tigers being killed wouldn't matter, but actually there are only 3,890 tigers left in the world, and 100 endangered tigers are killed each year. Did you know in the last 100 years, only 12 white tigers have been spotted in the world? The reason for this is that tigers have been illegally poached for the black market to create Chinese medicine, coats, hats, floor mats and chairs. The other reason tigers suffer is because of deforestation. And when the forest disappears, so does some of their prey. There are 6 species of tigers, which are Sumatran, Annual Siberian, Indian or Bengal, South China, Malayan, and Indo-Chinese. The most endangered tigers are Anu and Bengal. Sumatran tigers eat local birds, fish, and monkeys.
Bengal tigers eat buck, wild pigs, and birds. Malayan tigers eat boar, baby elephants, and sapphire. Here are some ways we could help tigers around the world. Firstly, we could convince people to stop buying tiger skin products. Secondly, we could donate to a tiger sanctuary. Thirdly, we could help look after tigers and their environment. Fourthly, we could choose FSC certified or recycled toilet paper and tissue products. Fifthly, look for Rainforest Alliance certified coffee. Sixthly, read up on saving wild tigers and Panthers Tigers Forever program. The seventh point I'd like to make is spread the word about the plight of wild tigers. So let's make a difference in the world and help save wild tigers.
Hi there, my name is Jude and I will be finding out what is a better pet, cats or dogs. What do you guys think? Hands up for dogs. Hands up for cats. Have you ever wondered, should I get a cat or a dog? Well, I'll answer that question at the end of this speech. Okay, so these are the considerations. Smell, speed, intelligence, soft as fur, and friendliness. Firstly, vision. Cats have amazing vision and can see up to 200 feet. Dogs, on the other hand, can only see up to 80 feet max and are also colorblind to 95% of colors. So cats, 1, dogs, 0. Now, soft as fur. To be honest, dogs don't usually have fur as soft as cats or kittens. Thirdly, friendliness. Sometimes cats will scratch you like my cat's But when you get home from school, dogs will usually give you lots of kisses, not literally because that would just be weird. Dogs in the first point. Fourthly, intelligence. Dogs know around 100 words, and one of the main ones is sit, and 15 sounds. Cats know 35 words and 80 sounds. I mean, they're both pretty smart, so they have a first type. Next is smell. Dogs have around 250 million smell receptors. I don't have that many fingers. And cats have around 150 million smell receptors too. I don't have that many smell receptors. Fingers. There's a reason, so dogs win this one. There is a reason you don't see sniffer cats at the airport. Lastly, speed. Cats are quite fast and are really agile. Greyhounds, on the other hand, can reach up to 43 miles per hour, and normal domestic cat can reach up to 30 miles per hour. So I have to give this one to the dogs. Who do you think won?
Dogs.
The winners are dogs. By human standards, dogs are the superior pets. But as a pet lover of all kinds, and all kinds doesn't include tigers and lions, because they're not pets. It's just about the fun I have with the pet. Thank you.
I guess the point we're making were not only applicable to the contestants but also to you guys, because a lot of you guys have done speeches, a lot of you will be doing speeches next year. So just listen very quickly. I guess one of the key points is the amount of passion you put into your speech and your excitement about your topic. If you're really passionate about it, you live it, you breathe it, it really comes out in your speech. If it's something that you really, really enjoy talking about, it really comes through. So that's one key point. Lots and lots of passion, lots of excitement in what your topic is about.
I think a big thing is being confident in what you're saying. It became very clear with some of you. And it's a real nerve-wracking thing to stand up in front of this many people. We even have adults that don't like doing that, so well done to all of you. But what you need to know is you can do it. You're really confident in your delivery. I think one of my key issues is speed. If you're like me, when I get nervous, I talk really fast, and that's something you have to manage, so you need to think about that.
Congratulations on the content, people. I think overall the content is absolutely brilliant. So great the facts that you've got here and so on. So really well done.
And really important, how long you given to your speech?
2 minutes.
Was it 2 to 3 minutes?
2 to 3.
Oh. Okay, we can adjust. Yeah, so it's important to stick to that for 2 to 3 minutes. We were a bit unfair with that marking.
Okay.
2 and a quarter.
Oh, nice use between 2 and 3 anything over 3.
Oh, okay. Oh, we got that one. So well done. Give them a big pucky.